Hello, children. Let us continue the chapter Human Nervous System. So, today we'll be talking about the parts of human nervous system. Human nervous system is broadly divided into two parts, that is, central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. So, first of all, let us clear this point. What is central nervous system and peripheral nervous system? Central nervous system means what? The organs which are present right at the center of our body. Organs of nervous system. So it consists of brain and spinal cord. Peripheral nervous system, the structures which are present at the periphery of the body, means leaving central part, the other parts of the nervous system which is known as peripheral nervous system, and those contain the nerves which goes to the limbs of our body, which goes to different organs of our body, and which carries impulse from different parts of our body and bring it to the central nervous system. So from the word you can make out what is central and what is peripheral nervous system. So let us talk about central nervous system. As I said, it is made up of brain and spinal cord. Brain protected by skull and covered by three thin membrane called meninges. So brain that is protected by a brain box we can call, or bone box we can call, and that is named as skull. And below the skull is present three thin membrane or layers, and those layers together they are named as meninges. Now these meninges, these are filled with fluid, and that fluid is named as cerebrospinal fluid. So here is the structure of meninges. If you can see here, the structure of meninges, this together known as meninges. So the outer structure, inner structure, and the middle layer is present, and between those layers the fluid runs, which gives protects the brain from shock and injury, and that fluid is named as cerebrospinal fluid. Now we'll be talking about the brain. Brain has three parts: cerebrum, cerebellum, medulla oblongata. This is the structure of brain. There is a structure of brain which have a partition and the parts of the cerebrum is known as left cerebral hemisphere and right cerebral hemisphere. It is divided into two equal halves. Now we can see the position of these three parts. Cerebrum is occupied by the large space, and this large structure of the brain is named as cerebrum. Just below the cerebrum is present cerebellum, and beside that is present medulla oblongata. And this medulla oblongata, it elongate to form spinal cord. Now we'll be talking about cerebrum. Cerebrum has some ridges and grooves. If you can see the foldings, of the brain, that is cerebrum, so you can see the foldings are present. So the furrow or the part which is folded inward, that is known as grooves or furrows, and the part which is folded upward, that is known as ridges. So ridges and grooves, or ridges and furrows are present. What is the function of cerebrum? Function of cerebrum is memory, intelligence, reasoning, activity of sense organ, thinking. These all are the activities which are coordinated by cerebrum, or which are controlled by cerebrum. After that, coming to the small part of the brain, that is cerebellum. Cerebellum consists of, so cerebellum, that is present just below cerebrum. Cerebellum has a controls a function such as muscular movement of the body and balance of the body, maintains balance of the body. Muscular movement like the movement of limbs, hands, legs, neck movement. So these all comes under voluntary actions. Voluntary actions means what? The actions which are controlled according to our will. So cerebellum is the structure or the part of the brain which controls the voluntary actions of our body. If I want to dance, I'll dance. If I want to walk, I'll walk. If I want to run, I'll run. So that is done according to our will. So that is a function which that is of cerebellum. So that controls the muscular movement as well as balance of the body. Then coming to the third part, that is medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata that controls the involuntary actions of our body. Involuntary actions means what? That is the actions which are not controlled according to our will. So the actions like breathing controls heartbeat, involuntary movements like digestion of the food or respiration or circulation. So contraction of the heart, relaxation of the heart, contraction of lungs. So these all are the activities which are not controlled according to our will. So these all involuntary movements of the organs which are controlled by medulla oblongata. Next part of the central nervous system is spinal cord. As I said you that spinal cord is a continuation of medulla oblongata. So spinal cord is a structure which is protected by the vertebral column, or in simple language if we say it as backbone. Okay, so spinal cord which is present right at the center of the uh, vertebral column. So spinal cord, as you can see here, the brain is there, and that is of medulla oblongata. That is a continuation of spinal cord, which is named continuation of medulla oblongata, that is named as spinal cord. It is protected by vertebral column, and there is an arrangement. If you can see the structure of spinal cord, you can see there is an arrangement of neurons. The middle region, which is a roughly butterfly shaped structure, or you can say that alphabet A shaped structure is present. This mostly contains the cell body of the neuron, which is named as gray matter. And outside it means the peripheral area, that is the white matter, or it contains the axon part of the neuron. At the center of the structure is present the central canal, and this central canal, the whole or the central canal, which is filled by cerebrospinal fluid. Okay, so this is the structure of spinal cord. So the message which is received by the sensory organ is first sent to the spinal cord, and from the spinal cord it is carried to the brain. From the spinal cord, the message that is received by the spinal cord, then the impulse moves to the brain. Brain decides what action to be taken, and then from the brain message again is sent to the spinal cord, and then the impulse is sent to the effector cells or effector muscles. So this is the structure of spinal cord. So in our next class we'll be talking about peripheral nervous system.